What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome home. Yes, I loved and missed my home so much. We're back again from the jungle of Vegas, and believe me, let me tell you, Vegas is just not my kind of place. It's just, I thought it was, but I don't know. I guess I have changed as a person where I didn't really enjoy it. I think I would have had a better time if I went to Sedona, Arizona, or Yosemite or something. And so next trip, which I might take in a month or two again, I might go to Sedona, Arizona. More spiritual, away from the crowd. I do not like crowds. So it was a good time though, but at the same time I realized not a place for me. So anyway, today we're going to be doing Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, and I have already made a video on Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, and that's something I wanted to discuss too with you, that I get so many messages when I'm not making a video that, oh, couple, when are you doing Jupiter in the sign of Cancer? When are you doing this? Have you done this video, that video? I feel like you guys are not exploring my channel because I've made all the exalted and debilitated planets videos. So if I'm gonna do like Saturn next, I've already made Saturn debilitated and exalted. So if you're waiting for that, it's already there. So I feel like, and I get so many messages about you haven't made a video on this house and this planet. Where's this planet and that house? I'm like, why can't you just search on YouTube? It's the easiest thing to do. It's common sense. Mercury, use your Mercury. Type in on YouTube. If you can find it on my channel, type it there. And if it's not on YouTube, it's probably then not there, because I'm probably on the first top 3 or 4 regarding houses and planets and yogas and all these things. So yeah, please explore my channel because you will find things there. So anyway, Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. What is the sign of Cancer? Sign of Cancer represents love and motherly nourishment. It's about nourishment. It's about emotions. It's about your childhood. It's about your mother's love for the child, or how your mother loved you. That's what Cancer really represents, because it's the original 4th house lord in the zodiac cycle, in the zodiac belt. It represents the 4th house of home. So there's a lot of deep emotions in there, a lot of security. Cancer is about security, like protecting things. It also, in a way, represents your homeland, your love towards your homeland. So when you bring Jupiter here, Jupiter is exalted in the sign of Cancer. And Jupiter is wisdom. Jupiter is your knowledge, your actual true intelligence. Jupiter is the wiseness within you. Jupiter is education. It's the significator of husband in a woman's chart. Jupiter also is a significator of children. So what this shows, that anytime Jupiter goes into a sign, it expands the quality of that sign. Like we discussed Rahu, how it amplifies it, like suddenly blows it out of proportion. Jupiter does that, but it just expands it to a way where it doesn't feel like overblown. It's not over bloated. It's expanding slowly but surely. So when it comes in Cancer, it's exalted. Why? Because Jupiter then is representing divine motherly love, divine God mother. And Jupiter expands the quality of nourishment and love. So whoever has Jupiter in Cancer, they're overly like motherly, whether it's a man or woman. They love having kids, especially if you have an Aries ascendant and you have Jupiter in the 4th house. Man, that's just a strong need to nourish things. Like, these people will take somebody else's child and treat it like their own. They will treat their siblings, their husband or wife, like, hey, you are mine. Yeah, let me give you the divine love. So this is why Jupiter is exalted, because his love for wisdom and love for philosophy expands in a nourishing way. So whenever you run into teachers, or you run into people who are kind of a guide with Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, they'll be like, oh, you cannot learn it? Come here, sit here, let me tell you what this is, okay? This is this. You find an astrologer with Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, they will be like, oh, you don't understand this? Come here. Let me show you exactly how it's done. Okay, I'm going to make it so easy for you. You will just love it. And they'll spend hours with you on one simple thing. Because their need to nourish things is expanding, because Jupiter's expansion. However, Jupiter is excelled here because the divine, that philosophical and religious and, divine knowledge is being transferred through motherly emotions. And that is the way a guru really likes to be. Not in sense of Jupiter, guru meaning teacher, as a professor, or as a guide. The proper way somebody to guide somebody is through love and nourishment. This is why Parashara assigned the sign of Cancer to Jupiter exaltation sign. But the thing is, though, again, too much of like the expansion of Jupiter kind of maybe too much for the other person. So these people become too motherly, too protective, too emotional regarding things. And that may result in like a sort of a negative trend of these people. They will be so overly protective and so emotional about these things that the other person who is interacting with them will be like, oh my God, I cannot deal with them. They just get too emotional. They get too involved into these things. So wherever Jupiter is placed and it's exalted, that's where your expansion of love, emotion, and your nourishment will expand. In the 6th house, Jupiter will represent a nurse who will go to the farthest places to take care of her patients. Because 6th house represents diseases. 6th house represents unprivileged people, people who cannot take care of themselves. So whoever has this placement, they will be tremendously be involved in helping the world, doing charity, doing all sorts of organizations for helping the poor, helping the senior. In the 10th house, Jupiter can represent somebody who takes charge of whatever they control in their career, but they will be very emotionally involved in their career. They will be very much like a mother. One of those managers you run into who would not only help you with your professional life, but will call you after work to see how you're doing in your home, because they found out you're not doing your home, so you're not performing well at work. So they will not fire you, but they'll be like, hey, let me help you. So this is what happens wherever Jupiter is placed. In the ascendant, you yourself will be very, very, self-emotionally determined. What I mean by that, you will have balance and control over your emotions. You will be like, hey, I know who I am, and let me take my emotions and my ability to care for others, and let me expand this personality towards my children, towards my academic learning. And then from the ascendant, if Jupiter is in Cancer, then it's looking over to the 9th house of higher learning and philosophy and teachers and fatherly teachings, and they will expand their love and their wisdom towards those things. So this is why in the ascendant, if Jupiter is excelled, which is a pretty much Cancer ascendant, it shows somebody who can be a very good spiritual teacher and a very good educator. But obviously, he's a functional malefic for Cancer ascendant, so other problems come in. But again, we're not talking about that. I'm just talking about how why is Jupiter excelled in Cancer? Is because this is a proper way of guiding other people. Like in Sagittarius, Jupiter is more like a manly man, more of a teacher with authority, the way a guru needs to be. Here, the guru, the teacher, becomes slightly like your mother. So the way your mother used to teach you and you learn things easily, that's why Jupiter is so exalted here, because here Jupiter becomes very soft in teaching you. You will love to go to these people. You love to go to them to learn. You love to go to them with your problems. So psychologists and psychiatrists and teachers and anybody in any field, who has this will attract people towards them because they're so nourishing. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was my little analysis of Jupiter in the sign of Cancer. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Jupiter is placed according to the true Vedic calculations and what conjunctions are happening with your Jupiter and other planetary placements, check out the link below. Check out my books there, Astrology at the Speed of Light and Conjunctions at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you the link to look at your own chart so you can study yourself and find out where your nourishment is. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.